Greeting everyone. Before we begin today's technical discussion, I want you to think about something. Every time you open your laptop, run a program, browse the internet, submit an assignment, there is something silently working in the background. You didn't see it, you didn't thank it, but without it, nothing works. That something is the operating system. And today we are going to understand one of the most powerful operating system in the world, that is Linux. But don't watch this video casually. As you watch, ask yourself, how does Linux manage everything so smoothly? Why do big companies trust it? What makes it different from other systems? So let's watch carefully. Okay, let me share my screen with you. So, students, now you have seen the fundamentals, but let me tell you something bigger. Linux is not just a subject in your syllabus, it is the backbone of the internet. Most websites you visit powered by Linux. Cloud platforms, Linux. Supercomputers, Linux. Android phones, Linux kernel. When you learn Linux, you are learning the foundation of modern computing. Right now, many people in the world are just users. They open apps, they scroll, they consume technology, but engineers are different. Engineers ask, how does this work? How controls the memory? How does the CPU decide? How is security enforced? When you understand Linux fundamentals, you stop being a user. You start becoming a system thinker. Linux teaches us discipline. Look at how it works. It schedules process, it manages memory, it protects file, it isolates error. It doesn't panic. Even under heavy load, it stays stable. Now ask yourself when you have five assignments, two lab submissions, and one exam, do you schedule like Linux? Or do you crash like a buggy problem? Be like Linux. Organize, prioritize, and execute calmly. Here is something very powerful. Linux was started by a university student, not by a gained corporation. A student, he was curious, he experimented, he kept improving. Today, that small project runs the world. So never underestimate your learning. Today's lab experiment may become tomorrow's innovation. When you understand Linux deeply, career doors open. You will become a DevOps engineer, cloud engineer, cybersecurity analyst, system administrator, embedded engineer, kernel developer, etc. etc. Companies doesn't just want coders, they want engineers who understand the system. See, Linux is open source. That means it is constantly improving. Everyone can contribute. That teaches us something that growth never stops. If Linux stopped evolving, it would become outdated. Same with you guys. If you stop learning, technology moves ahead without you. And just ask yourself today, am I learning Linux just to pass exam? Or am I building strong fundamentals? Because fundamentals are everything. Programming language change, technology change, trend change, but fundamental, no. They always stay forever. So, student, Linux works silently. It doesn't show off. It doesn't advertise. It just performs. Be like that. Let your skills speak. Let your knowledge build systems. Let your discipline create stability. You are not here just to earn marks. You are here to understand how the digital world works. And maybe one day build something the world depend on. Don't just run Linux. Understand it and don't just use technology. Master it. Right? Today, you watched a video about Linux fundamentals, process, kernel, memory, security. I want to talk about something more important, not Linux, you. Linux works silently. It doesn't need attention. It doesn't need appreciation. It just works. And because of that, the world runs smoothly. The internet works. Banks function. Cloud systems operate. Research continues. All because of something silent and stable. There is a lesson here. So, in today's world, everyone wants to look successful. Social media shows highlights, people show results, but real strength is built silently. Linux doesn't make noise, it builds infrastructure. You don't need to show everything, you need to build your foundation, right? Servers here handle millions of requests, so are they panic? No, they manage. Linux schedules, allocates, protects, stabilize. Now think about your life. Assignments, deadlines, project, exams. Pressure is not your enemy. Pressure is your training ground. An ordinary user says the system crashed. And engineers ask, why did it crash? An ordinary user says it's slow. An engineer asks, where is the bottleneck? So be the second person. Yes, an engineer. Linux was just not perfect on day one. It involved version after version, improvement after improvement. You also don't need to be perfect today, but you must improve consistently. Your biggest competition is not the topper in the class, right? It is your own potential. Are you pushing yourself? Are you exploring beyond syllabus? Are you curious? See, the word has many consumers, few creators. Linux was created, open source communities contribute, engineers build infrastructure. What will you be? A consumer or a creator? So you don't need to shout your knowledge, build it so strong that opportunities comes to you like Linux. It doesn't advertise, companies go to it. It's not about learning everything fast. It's about learning the right things deeply. Fundamentals, logic, system thinking, that is what make you irreplaceable. See, Linux controls permissions strictly. Why? Because discipline prevents chaos. Same in life. Discipline with time, discipline with learning, discipline with focus. That is a real success. 4 years from now, where do you want to be? Still confused about basics or confident about systems? So you must know that Linux runs quickly, stays stable, handles pressure, improves continuously. So be like that. A strong foundation, calm mind, continuous growth. You are not here just to pass exams. You are here to build capability. Okay? People may not know your name, but your impact will be everywhere. So don't just study Linux, learn to think like it, stable, disciplined, and powerful. So be remain with this thought. I ended this lecture here. Okay.